friends, welcome to Maragoli. This is my home, my birthplace. So this is where my parents live, and they have an amazing food forest. It's a huge garden. You can hear the birds. They have a lot of bananas. They have different kinds of fruits they're growing, and it's so beautiful. So I thought it would be nice if I take you through a very quick tour so you can see how they grow their food and how the food forest looks like. So come with me. So here's one of the huge bunches of bananas. Let me try zoom in so you can be able to see them. I mean, this thing is so huge. Sorry, the light is not so good, but it basically has more than 20 bunches, and this is just one of many, and it's grown 100% organically. And these bananas are normally so sweet. Look at how big these bananas get to grow. Oh, look at that stem. Oh my word, look at that. It's such a beautiful forest of lots of bananas. Oh yeah, there you go. Okay, there's a banana there, but it's a bit dark. Sorry guys, you can't see that one so well, but there's one up ahead, and you can see all this is forest. Basically all that is just like banana forest. So this is their compost pit where they normally keep all the good soil and the manure that comes here, and the small little plants growing in the compost pit, just to show how rich it is. So here we have some black nightshade, which is also known as managu, the wild variety. It's just grown on its own, and it's normally very nice and tasty. Some people say it's bitter, but it's actually so good for you because it has just grown wild. And if we just keep walking here, they have some ndoma arrowroots growing there, and they're doing so well in this forest. And something else that I wanted to show you was some comfrey. So this is all food. Can you believe these are all vegetables? This is so amazing. So this is comfrey. It's Russian comfrey in a language that I also speak, Kikuyu. People call it mafake. If anyone can be able to recognize mafake. And I'm going to be planting some in the garden, but here it just grows wild. Sorry, the lighting is not the best, but there we go. This is not hyacinth, but it's a whole plantation of sweet potatoes. Oh my word. And the potatoes are doing very well. The sweet potatoes are actually doing very well in the banana plantation. And right here they also have some tree tomatoes. Now this is the ones I really love. They are all indigenous up there. And the tree tomato is normally an orange color. I'll show you at the end of the video. And then this is what I really like. I like this grand walk. It's so nice. Look at that, guys. Oh my word, Yani. I'm normally thinking, when will my shamba reach here? But then they basically grow a lot of caliandra, this caliandra, as a hedge. And the caliandra actually helps for fodder for their animals. And it also fixes a lot of nitrogen. So they also have the beneficial shrubs here growing. And then up ahead, there's some papaya. So let's walk, let's go people. Let's go look at the papayas. Oh, okay. I'm in the wrong place. Okay, I need to divert. Okay, I found my way. So as we get to the papaya, here is a mango tree that's doing quite okay. It has some flowers that didn't do that well, but the tree it's quite good. It had a lot of fungal disease before, but now it has like fresh leaves. And then there they have an avocado. I know guys, it's not that clear. And then they also have this tithonia. Tithonia is actually an amazing shrub that grows wild. You may have seen it somewhere. It has nice small yellow flowers that look like sunflowers. And this tithonia is actually a very good pesticide. And it's also an amazing nitrogen fixer as well as a fodder. So that's another avocado tree. And then they have a whole plantation of pawpaws, which you can see right up ahead. So they're still pretty young, but to be honest, they're doing very well. I really love them. They're doing quite well. What happens is when you have your pawpaws, sometimes your first flowers all fall down, and then after that, because it's just nature, they know that maybe you're too young to have a baby. So the first flowers will fall down, and then after that, then you get fresh new flowers that actually give fruit, and some fruit coming up with the pawpaws, like this one right here. Okay, I don't know if it's clear, but anyway, there's one there. And then yeah, so let's go to the vegetable patch. Hiya, we've reached the vegetable patch. So here they have lots of kunde, which is cowpeas leaves. This is actually my favorite African traditional vegetable. I love kunde, I love mito, and my kids love merenda. So yeah, here they have a lot of that. They also have mito, they have merenda. And something I really love, and I'm so proud, is that they started planting leek onions, and they did very well. Like, they've tried to plant different kinds of onions, and they always disappoint. But for some reason, leek onion is the one that has accepted. So here they have lots of leek onion that are growing, and there is more of the kunde growing so nicely. And this is a pumpkin that's doing very well. And you know something, guys, they try to plant pumpkin in the proper way, like, you know, like in rows and terraces and stuff. The pumpkin refused, but the pumpkin that they grow with the bananas that always does exceptionally well. So let me show you. Like, over here they have banana. Here is a banana, and it has been mulched by pumpkins, and the pumpkin here has done so well. So yeah, we have to listen to what nature is telling us. So if nature says I'd rather grow under a banana, if the pumpkin says that, then plant it there then. You see what I was saying? The pumpkins are doing so well next to the bananas. So we have one, we have a huge one here, there's another one there, and there's another one hiding right here. And look at how the chicken are running for the guavas. Oh my word. Do you know the guavas normally just fall down, the birds in the air of eat it, we feed the chicken with it. Look how they're running for them. Guys, is this how you normally order for the guavas? These guavas are legit. They're the nice, very sweet ones. They are pink on the inside and very nice and fleshy. Please guys, the chicken are really enjoying guavas here. And yeah, they'll be in the order this week, so please make sure that you manage to get some for your basket this week. Yeah, so that was my tour for now. I hope you enjoyed. I'm not so good at videos, guys, but anyway, I try just to get the information out. I was actually even thinking of starting a podcast channel, so that will be coming up soon, because I find I have so much to say and I don't know how to be able to put my information together. So I think I'm going to start podcast just to share about the different topics of what I've been learning and what we are doing. So that's coming up quite soon. But then guys, we're going to start selling the bananas in wholesale, because these are my parents are not the only farmers who have got bananas. We have bananas with so many of our farmers. So many of our farmers have lots and lots of bananas, and we have nowhere to take them. And this is the season, and we are trying to eat seasonally and making sure that we don't have any food wastage whatsoever, and also support these small-scale farmers be able to access the market. So we're going to get some good prices, so that if you want to buy 20, 30 bunches of banana at a go, we can be able to give you at wholesale prices. And it's easy. I know you'd be asking, what am I going to do with 20 kilos? It's not that difficult. All you need to do is just take maybe 2 or 3 bunches and put them in with a very raw avocado in a brown bag in a warm area of your kitchen, and then you leave the others in the open, so that you can be ripening 2 to 3 bunches a week, and you can actually have bananas for like a whole month, and you can enjoy them by yourself and your family without them having to waste out here. So we'll soon be giving wholesale prices for that. And even when we get stuff that is normally in like large quantities, we're also going to start doing that. And many of our farmers have got a lot of produce. I've been in Western Kenya this week training farmers, and let me tell you guys, there is so much produce that doesn't get to us. And it's all organic, it's all good. In fact, I met some farmers in Bungoma and Busia who have got a lot of simsim and chia and nowhere to take it. So we're soon going to be stocking that. I'm really excited about it. And we're even going like regional, where we're going to be getting some amazing spices from Tanzania and from Dar es Salaam. So I'm really excited about that. So we are growing pole pole, and we are so happy that, you know, we are working with you guys, and you know, the business is growing. We're able to just educate guys on why they need to eat well and have some good food on their plates. So that is my Western tour. I'm sweaty and sticky, and I need to go now. And yeah, thank you Makena, camera lady behind the camera, and my kids, you know, Makena and Joro are the ones who are behind the camera. They have done such a good job, and they're going to do the editing. I don't know how to edit very well, and my kids do it so well. And yeah, so that's bye for now. We're going to be heading out to Nairobi very soon, but we've had a very nice almost 2 weeks in Western Kenya, and we've really enjoyed it. Bye for now.